the vast majority of the country very recently.
And that's the good bit about woke.
That is. And not that I don't know if they're really responsible for it. I mean, that generation, they did not do the heavy lifting.
No, they didn't. No,
That's one of that's one of their issues or issues I have with them, is they don't study the past.
No.
So they don't understand in perspective what has been done, where we really are, what's in...
All right, here we go, people. Get ready. Because today we're diving deep into the dramatic argument between Bill Maher and John Cleese that took social media by storm.
Having a lot of divorces. Because you have nothing to give away.
It didn't work the other way around, because California says that the woman is entitled to the standard of living to which she has become accustomed, but the husband isn't. He provided the new standard of living, but he's not entitled to it.
Answer me this, Professor Riddle. Okay, if we live in a patriarchy, and we certainly have in the past, I would argue
in the past, it's getting better.
Way better in that area. So, but in the past, we certainly did live in a patriarchy.
Absolutely.
Right.
So, it's incomprehensible why. Well, what I mean is women have so much to contribute.
Yes.
The fact we've not been exploiting them by getting them to contribute their powers is so ridiculous.
Oh, and it's only, a lot of these gender and racial areas have only sort of bubbled up into the consciousness of the vast majority of the country very recently.
And that's the good bit about woke.
That is. And not that I don't know if they're really responsible for it. I mean, that generation, they did not do the heavy lifting.
No, they didn't.
That's one of their,
I mean, unlike any regular chat, this was a head-on battle of viewpoints on the always problematic woke movement. And trust me, it's a subject that's left everyone talking.
British invented slavery. And I want to say to them, do you think the pyramids were built by volunteers?
Right.
Or were they independent contractors?
Absolutely.
Pyramids were not built by slaves. They're not built by humans. There's no possible way they were built by humans.
I used to say it in my act. It's something people did all over the world.
People of color were a big part of the apparatus of the trade.
I mean, throughout history, the Greeks, the Romans, the Egyptians, the British, all the way up to R. Kelly.
All the way. Only the peasants spoke English. So we beat slaves a lot, and I want to know if there are reparations, are we qualifying?
Reparations?
For being slaves.
Oh, it's a knotty issue because there's so many, some people say, well, what about black people here who are not African Americans?
Right.
They're African something else, they came here recently, just California has offered reparations, or at least they've written.
So, Bill Maher is definitely done playing nice when it comes to what he perceives as an over-the-top progressive culture. And then you have John Cleese, who dives in immediately to defend what he deems the excellent features of this movement. It's, like two titans going head-to-head, making us reconsider all we thought we knew. Wait a minute. If you adore material that challenges the ordinary and keeps things honest, push that subscribe button. Go ahead, I'll wait. Got it? Welcome aboard. All right, let's get back to it. Going right from where we left off, let's get straight into the heart of it and see what happens on the Club Random podcast. So, here's the deal. This episode. Gentlemen, it goes beyond merely a regular night talk. When the curtain rose on this much-talked-about episode, Bill Maher didn't hold back his strikes. Bill Maher and John Cleese engaged in a tense debate on woke culture. Maher criticized it as a distortion of morality and history, claiming modern activists lack appreciation for past efforts. Cleese defended woke culture, highlighting its role in raising awareness on gender and racism. While Maher argued that many societal battles are already won, Cleese maintained that current struggles still matter. The conversation covered patriarchy, civil rights, and even reparations, with Maher warning of moral overreach and Cleese stressing the importance of equality for future generations.
Suggested in the legislature, I believe, and people have pointed out, well, California had no slaves.
Yeah, I know. The whole thing
so there's
is
a lot of
hugely complicated.
Yeah, it's there are people who would say it is wrong just that we're talking about it because
Yes.
which is a really dangerous type of censorship.
Yeah, but it's,
Like,
it's
you can only-
totalitarianism.
It-
It's you mustn't mention
Yeah.
this because you'll be
Well-
in trouble.
Well, it's a way to shut people up by saying, no, you're not qualified to speak on it.
Yes, that's right.
As if two white people can't speak about, no.
Because we don't have any lived experience. Right?
We're blind. We're just, it's like, but I will freely admit, yes, we are blinder.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean we're completely blind. And
That's
also,
right.
there's two ways you can not see something accurately. One is to be too far from it, which, yes, we
Yes.
are. Another way is to be too close.
Good.
And then,
Good.
so there's
Then you can see nothing else.
then you can see nothing else.
Yeah.
So,
Somerset Maugham once said that in order to know your own country, you have to live in another one.
and you sure know that, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, I've been coming here since '64, and I spent...
It was a question he tossed, asking if folks from other ethnic origins should also get compensation, given that everyone, at various periods, has kind of, faced persecution. Cleese delved into this concept compassionately, acknowledging the challenges of comparing trans-historical complaints while maintaining that the continual dialogue is kind of necessary for healing. And then Maher, as Maher does, got into subjects like totalitarian-like censorship, social media anger, and how today's woke society seeks to destroy competing perspectives with what he calls cancel culture. Cleese shot back politely but passionately, highlighting the requirement for frank, honest conversations rather than fear-fueled silencing of opinions. During the talk, they even disputed how so many of America's young today appear to detest their own country, despite the privileges they have that others can only dream of. They noted how young people are willing to criticize without perhaps appreciating the country's grandeur and sort of moral high ground when examined from a global standpoint. Maher gave instances of, protest movements like pro-Palestine, marches suggesting this sort of anti-American sentiment typically hides deeper, unrelated concerns. They felt the strain, but honestly, the more they debated, the more they probably found common ground on how essential it is to seek deeper understanding, rather than eventually succumbing to finger-pointing. There's a kind of irony here, right? Two folks discussing something so contentious, yet somehow virtually agreeing on the significance of fair discourse. So let's bring it back for a second. In the end, Maher's concern with strict political correctness and Cleese's confidence in evolution found both friction and moments of neutral ground. This isn't only a matter of two different viewpoints. It's like a mirror reflecting society's wider conversation on freedom of speech, historical knowledge, and just how far we've come. Or not, depending on who you ask. Now here's where you come in, after all this drama unfolding. So, what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you don't want to miss out on the hottest celebrity news, make sure to subscribe to Daily Finder.